You're listening to Cleveland State Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports YouTube Network. Brian Grissom live and in color from the Q, L. Quinton Lane Gymnasium. Thank you so much for joining in our broadcast. 53-28 is our halftime score. Lady Cougars are all over the Jackson State Lady Green Jays. Here's some first half stats. Turnovers, Jackson State had 10, Cleveland State had 5. You can live with 5 all day long. Rebounds, Cleveland State dominated the boards, 33-10. Cleveland State shot 48% in the first half from the field, which is outstanding. 37%, which is very respectable for Jackson State, but they took about half as many shots. Jackson State made 11 of 29 shots. Cleveland State was 23 of 48 from the field. Jackson State hit 4 3-pointers. Cleveland State hit 3. Let's see, individual scoring. For Cleveland State, 4 Lady Cougars in double figures. Tiana Baker had 10. Destiny Remy 13. Laney Bone 14. And Anika Smith had 12 for the Lady Cougars. And looks like Michaela Herndon had 10 points, and Imani Collier had 9 points for the Lady Green Jays. No foul trouble to speak of a lot. Malaya Hughes has 3 fouls for Jackson State. Anika Smith has 3 fouls. Letitia Paris and Baker both have 2 apiece, as does Zoe Staniszewski. So foul problem's not a problem for Cleveland State. It could be a problem for the Lady Green Jays. There's the buzzer. We are ready to play ball here in the third quarter. Next action for both Cleveland State teams will be on the 12th of December, which is a week from Monday. A week from Monday, Lady Cougars and Cougars will be back in action as they travel to Snead State for a pair of games, and then the women will have a game on the 17th as they wrap up the December schedule, get ready for Christmas. Here's a shot by Cleveland State, no good. Lady Green Jays go the other direction. Ball is swatted out of bounds by Letitia Paris. So as we said, Jackson State comes in with a very impressive 6-2 record, 2-2 in conference play. Cleveland State 4-3 and 2-2, and I have a feeling that's going to go to 3-2 here in about 2 quarters of play, as we're just underway here in the second half. Here goes Hughes down the lane, kicks it back out to number 24 Herndon for a 3-pointer, air ball, rebound Cleveland State. Here's a 3-pointer, Baker, no good. Remy with the rebound, ball batted around. Bone comes up with the loose ball. Paris over to Annika Smith, who puts it up and in. I believe that's the most impressive thing I've seen today is the Lady Cougars defense and passing the basketball. They have made the extra pass, and it has been a beautiful thing to watch. Here's Collier, a little 10-foot jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Baker. Dishes off to Paris. Paris will bring it across the half-court mark. Over to Anika Smith to Baker. Looks like a man-on-man defense, and there's the turnover. Herndon got a fingertip on the ball. Good job by Tia Hyman, actually, who got the tip. Turnover, Cleveland State. Over to Collier. Collier, cross-court pass to Bess. Bess drives the lane, throws up a wild shot, and she is fouled by number 5, Letitia Paris. So that's 3 on Letitia. And just as soon as I get done talking about foul trouble, Letitia picks up her 3rd. Number 12, Indaya Gaya, checks back in for Jackson State. First free throw is good. Second free throw, zip. So, Bess hits both of them, and that'll cut it to 55-30. Here's a shot, good. Letitia Parrish throws one up and in. 55-30. Down the lane goes Hughes. Shot is good. Malaya Hughes puts it up and in. And as they did in the first half, the ladies are just running up and down the court, tossing in baskets. Destiny Remy pulls up, short jumper, zip. The Lady Cougars are hot as fire, and they have been since about 3 minutes into the ball game. And they haven't slowed down yet. Here's a pass inside. Shot, charging. Michaela Herndon called for the charge. That was a good call. She lowered her shoulder, headed to the basket. Tia Hyman will check back in for Jackson State as Hyman for Herndon will set. Paris out front. Over to Baker. Baker looking for a cutter. Gives it back to Paris out front to Smith. Smith inside Bone. Beautiful pass. Missed the layup. Rebound goes to Hughes for Jackson State. Malaya Hughes over to Bess. Bess in Gaia for three. No good. Rebound goes to Jackson State, though. Here's another three-point shot. Collier, air ball. Rebound goes to Cleveland State. Paris takes it to the hole, throws up a shot, partially blocked. Bone saves it. Remy to the hole. Scoop shot's good. Destiny Remy, beautiful job on the boards that time. 59-61 make it 32. 61-32, Lady Cougars on top. Here's a drive to the bucket by Indaya Gaia. So 61-34. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Thank you so much for joining our broadcast. Here's a scoop shot. Paris is good. 63-34. Lady Cougars by 29. As we go under 6 minutes to play in the third quarter, here's a pass inside. Gaia, shot, no good. Rebound, Anika Smith. Paris, spin move, good, no good. Rebound, Laney Bone, shot no good, but she is fouled, I believe, by Tia Hyman. We'll check and see. Yep, Tia Hyman picks up her second foul. First free throw by Laney Bone. Rattles home. She'll get another. Zip. Laney Bone knocks them both down. 65-34. Largest lead of the ball game for Cleveland State. 31 points. 5:30 to go. Third quarter. Jackson State with the basketball in their green and gold trim uniforms. There's a shot off the bank. Malaya Hughes banks one home. 65-36. Paris out front. Pass inside. Remy. Beautiful cut to the hole. Can't get it to fall. Ball off the hands of Cleveland State and out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. That ball just rolled around, sat there for a minute, and come off. Zoe Staniszewski will check in as Destiny Remy will take a break. Lady Green Jays with the basketball. Their 6-2 record is going to take a hit here in a few minutes. Gaia out front to Hughes. Hughes drives the lane. Scoop shot. No good. Too hard. Laney Bone rips it out of there. Off to Baker. Baker brings it across the line. Over in the corner to Anika Smith. Paris inside. Laney was triple teamed that time and could not catch the pass. Tough pass that time. Tried to squeeze it in, couldn't do it. Oh, Gaia got away with a travel, but hits the three. Well, she shuffled those feet, but she got away with it. So it was not a travel. If you don't get called, it doesn't count. Here's a foul in the lane. And that will be on number 3, Hughes. Okay. I believe that's 4 on her. So she'll take a break as Herndon comes back in. Herndon, Best, Gaia, Collier, and Hyman on the floor for Jackson State. First free throw is good by Tiana Baker, along with Bone, Staniszewski, Smith, and Paris on the floor for Cleveland State. Tiana Baker with another free throw. Zip. So 67-39, Lady Cougars on top as we go under 4 minutes to play, third quarter. Out front to Gaia. Gaia drives the lane. Euro step. Nope. Too much of a Euro step. It's called traveling. Turnover. Green Jays. As number 4, Taylor Williamson will check in. And Gaia will take a break. She was huffing and puffing, so she needed a break. Too much running in this game, she says. 67-39. Lady Cougars with the lead and the basketball. Laney Bone inside to Baker. Baker, easy 2-footer up and in. She won't miss that one. And we're up to a 30-point lead once again, 69-39. Here's a pass out front, three-pointer, Collier, no good. Rebound by Hyman, and she puts it up and in. Nice job on the offensive boards by Tia Hyman that time. Here's a wide open three-pointer, Anika Smith. Too hard, gets it back, but then loses the basketball. She dribbled into traffic, and now she's got the fumble at the 40-yard line, and Lady Cougars recover. There's a foul called on Demaya Bess. I believe that's the first one on Demia. Lady Cougar basketball once again, 69-41. Cleveland State on top. Men's contest to follow. Green Jays and Cougars. It'll be a dandy. Here's Baker out front over to Paris. Paris dribbles to the top of the key. Shot, rolls around, gets the friendly bounce, and falls. Nice shot by Letitia. Here's a pass inside to Hyman. Back out front to Collier. Collier to Bess. Bess drives the lane. Throws it up. No good. Bone fighting for the rebound. Hyman comes up with it. Collier and the Green Jays will get another attempt. There's a foul called on Laney Bone. That's the first one on Laney. Lady Green Jays will take it out underneath their own bucket. Collier gets the pass in the lane. Here's Williamson with a shot, gets her own rebound, and she is fouled, I believe, by Zoe. Yep, Zoe Staniszewski. She'll pick up her third foul. And that'll send Taylor Williamson to the free throw line. And Daya Gaia about to check back in. First free throw by Williamson is good. Zip on the second free throw. 71-43 as Gaia checks in for Williamson. Lady Cougars with a huge lead and the basketball as we go toward the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. Paris across the timeline. Gives it up to Baker. Baker inside to Laney Bone, who puts it up and in. Beautiful job posting up Laney Bone. She said, give me the ball. They did, and she scored. Best cross court to Collier. Collier for three. Too hard off the backboard. Knocked out of bounds, I believe, off the hand of Laney Bone. Yep. 1:42 to go third quarter. They adjust the shot clock. Good to see my good buddy Mike Ship down there keeping the book for us here along press row. We've missed Mike terribly in our early season, and it's great to see him back in the chair over there. Here's a shot inside. I believe that's going to be number 4 on Zoe. Yep. 4 fouls on Zoe Staniszewski, as Destiny Remy will check in for her. 1:32 to go third quarter. Lady Cougars by 30, 73-43. Green Jays basketball underneath their own bucket. Oh, got away with the walk there as drive to the hole by Gaia is a wild shot, no good. Rebound, Cleveland State. Paris trying to get it inside, drives baseline, reverse layup is good. Letitia Paris with a beautiful drive to the bucket. 75-43. She made it look easy, but folks, that's not easy. That's a hard shot to make on the run. Collier drives the lane, kicks it out for three. Shot is no good by Herndon. Rebound no good by Gaia. But she is fouled. And Laney Bone will pick up her second foul. 55 seconds to go, third quarter. As Malaya Hughes checks back in. Collier will take a break. And Indaya Gaia will go to the free throw line. First free throw is good for Gaia. Off the rim, rolls around and falls off. So 1 out of 2 for Indaya Gaia. Lady Cougars with the basketball and a huge lead. Bone out front. Drives to the bucket. Scoop shot no good. Good defense by Herndon that time. Rebound goes to Destiny though. Here's a pass inside. Tiana Baker puts it up and in. Beautiful job of ball movement once again of the Lady Cougars. And the Lady Cougars have their largest lead of the night. 33 points, 77-47 with 32 seconds to go, third quarter. Barring a miracle, the Lady Cougars are going to put this one in the win column. Out front to Herndon. Herndon to Bess. Inside to Gaia. Gaia loses the ball, but she's going to be fouled. I believe that's Laney Bone. Well, Laney didn't have any at halftime, and now she's got 3. 18 seconds to go, third quarter. 77-47. Lady Cougars on top. They've led the entire way. It was 2-2 and 4-4, and the Lady Cougars have led ever since. They led 31-13 after one quarter and 53-28 at halftime. First free throw is good by Gaia. She'll get another. Second free throw is off the mark. 1 out of 2 once again. 77-45. Lady Cougars with the lead in the basketball. They'll probably just run this time off the clock here as we cross the midcourt line with 10 seconds to go. Paris out front. Gives it up to Anika Smith. Drives baseline. Short jumper. In and out. That ball was halfway down. But she is fouled. 24 on the foul is Michaela Herndon. That's her second. And with 3.1 seconds to go in the third quarter, Anika Smith will toe the line. Zip. She looks like she's done this before, as that was a beautiful form on that free throw. Let's see if she can hit another one. Oh, nope, I jinxed her. So 1 out of 2. A shot at the buzzer by Tiana is no good. And that's where we are, 78-45 after 3 quarters of play. You're listening to Cleveland State Lady Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports Network. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Cleveland State Lady Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sport Network. Thank you so much for joining in. Here's a pass inside to Gaia, and fumbles it away, and it's called for traveling. Turnover, Lady Green Jays, 78-45 as we start the 4th quarter. The game has long since been decided. Cleveland State 78-45 with the lead and the basketball. Men's game to follow. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. Tiana Baker over in the corner, gives it up to Paris. Paris to number 3. Shania McCoy has snuck into the game on me there. Shot is no good. So Shania sees her first action of the night. Here's Gaia inside. Nice shot. And Daya Gaia with the shot. And it's good. 78-47. 9 minutes to play in the ball game. Anika Smith over to Paris. Paris back over to McCoy. McCoy puts the move on. Oh, misses the layup. And then is tripped, but Smith runs the ball down in the lane. Hook shot, no good, but she is fouled by Herndon, I do believe. Yes. Michaela Herndon picks up her 3rd foul. So that will send Anika Smith to the free throw line. Taylor Williamson checks in, and Michaela Herndon will check out for Jackson State. First free throw. Zip by Anika Smith. She'll get another. Too strong on the second one. Rebound goes to Remy. No, Baker. Baker with the rebound. And she is fouled, so she'll go to the free throw line. Demia Bess will pick up her 2nd foul. And Tiana Baker will shoot a pair. Zip. As Tiana knocks another one down. Zip again. 81-47. Lady Cougars on top by a bundle. Jackson State with the basketball. Here's a pass over to Gaia and has it stolen away by Smith. Lady Cougars on the run. And there's a beautiful pass inside to Smith. Shania McCoy with the beautiful assist that time to Smith, and here's a shot downside, no good, and a foul is going to be called. I believe that one's going to be on McCoy. We'll check and see. Yep. Shania McCoy picks up her first foul. But that was a great play on the other end. McCoy dishes to Smith. First free throw by Bess is no good. Demaya Bess, 8:16 to go in the ball game. Second free throw, zip. So 1 out of 2 for Demaya Bess. And that'll make it 83-40. Did she hit both of them? 1 out of 2. Okay. Well, all right then. I missed one of them. That's right. I was preoccupied there. Over to Baker. Baker to McCoy. McCoy inside to Smith. Loses it out of bounds, but they say it was off of a Lady Green Jay foot. 8:03 to go in the ball game. Out front to Zoe Staniszewski, who gives it up to Paris. Paris out front. McCoy working hard to get open. She's a little gal, and she went through several big blocks there. Here's a turnover in backcourt. Green Jackets had it. Green Jays had it for a second. Baker, take it to the hole, off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to big number 10, Tia Hyman, with the Shania McCoy picks up her second foul. Here comes Angelica Paula into the ball game for Cleveland State for the first time. Taylor Williamson shot is an air ball. Rebound Baker. Off to Paris. Paris brings it down. She drives baseline, gives it up to McCoy. McCoy back to Paris, and it's up and in. Nice job there on the baseline. And the Lady Cougars push it to 85-48 advantage. Here's Bess in the lane. Shot no good. Rebound no good. And the Lady Cougars will rip it out of there. Paris will bring it across the midcourt line. She gives it over to McCoy. McCoy back to Paris. Paris over in the corner to Baker. Baker drives baseline, and she's going to be fouled, I believe, by Hyman that time. Yep, I'm right on top of my game today. Tia Hyman with the foul. As Laney Bone checks back in. And Angelica's trying to get in the game, but she's going in for, oh, well, they say she's going in for Paris this time. So Angelica Paula, her first trip into the ball game tonight. Free throw line, Tiana Baker. Rolls around and falls in. Tiana's had an outstanding ball game, as have the Lady Cougars. They have been all over the Green Jays from the beginning of the ball game forward. Second free throw, zip. 2 for 2 for Tiana from the line. 87-48, 6:32 to go in the ball game. Herndon drives baseline, misses the scoop shot. Laney Bone with the rebound. Gives it up to Baker. Baker will bring it slowly up the court. She'll wait for Coach Evelyn Thompson and some directions. McCoy trying to get it to Bone, but she's triple covered. Baker. Back to McCoy. McCoy, they're trying to get it into Bone and just can't do it. 8 on the shot clock as Laney Bone finally gets it. But she's just going to have to bulldoze her way to the lane. And she finally steps out of bounds. They just weren't going to call the foul that time. Laney got fouled about, I'd say 4 to 5 times, but they didn't call them. And so she steps out of bounds. With a 40-point lead, I doubt I'd have called it either. 87-48 as we go under 6 minutes to play in the game. Men's game to follow, Cougars and Green Jays. Here's Indaya Guy. Shot no good. Rebound goes to Hyman. Shot no good. Rebound, Cleveland State. Paris on the run. Over to Laney drives the lane, scoop shot, no good. Rebound goes to Hughes. Malaya Hughes on the run. McCoy is right on her heels, causes the almost turnover. Here goes Gaia down the hole, reverse layup, no good. Rebound, Cleveland State. Paris on the run. And she's going to back it out now. Now she goes down the lane, gets tripped up by number 24, I believe. Yep, Michaela Herndon. I believe that's 4. I believe that's 4 on her. As Taylor Williamson will check back in. As Indaya Gaia says, "You're going in for me, I hope, because I am out of breath." She's going to have help down to the bench. She's wore out. Here's a shot, long two-pointer by Laney Bone. She has no problem knocking that one down. 89-48. Lady Cougars, here's a shot, no good, rebound to Bone. Lady Cougars with their biggest lead of the night. It goes to 41 points, the lead. Here's a shot, three-pointer, no good by Paula. Shot was blocked that time. Green Jays with the basketball. Long three-pointer, Bess, no good. Rebound, Laney Bone. Paris on the run. Lady Cougars have not even thought about slowing down. Now they'll back it out. Run a little bit of clock. Paris picks up her dribble. Staniszewski puts the move on, goes baseline, got away. Nope, she didn't get away with it. Ha! They caught her that time on the traveling call, drug the pivot foot. And number 1, Anaya Matthews will check in for Cleveland State. So we've got Matthews, McCoy, Staniszewski, Paula, and Laney Bone on the court for Cleveland State. We're headed toward the 4-minute mark here in the ball game. Williamson had it stolen away, but they're going to call Staniszewski, and I believe that is 5. Zoe fouls out. Zoe played well on the defensive end. As, yeah, you got to come out, Zoe. Yep. Now she gets the message. She didn't realize she had 5 on her. All right. Bess out front. Oh, wild pass, throws it out of bounds. As another turnover by Jackson State. 3:55 to go in the contest. Anaya Matthews brings it across the timeline for Cleveland State. Gives it up to McCoy. McCoy drives through the lane. Can't get a shot off. Over to Matthews. Matthews to Bone. Bone, good. She's been money all night long. 91-48. Lady Cougars by a bunch. Bess out front, over to Hughes. Inside to Williamson. Williamson, short jumper is good. That's a nice turnaround jumper by Taylor Williamson that time. 91-50. Lady Cougars by 41. Here's a scoop shot by McCoy. No good. They're not going to call the foul that time. And then Daya Gaia will check back in as Taylor Williamson gets a break. 3:06 to go, fourth quarter. And number 23, her cheering section, Cassandra Vaughn, gets ready to check in. Here goes Gaia to the to the hoop. No good. Rebound. Tia Hyman puts it up and in. 91-52. Up, bad pass, stolen away by Gaia. And she is called for the double dribble. Turnover, Green Jays. Cassandra Vaughn checks into the ball game for the Lady Cougars. Cleveland State with the basketball and the lead. They are going to move their record to 5-3, 3-2 on the season. Here's a scoop shot. Shania McCoy, beautiful shot in the lane. 93-52, Lady Cougars. Here's a pass inside, and the foul is called on Anika Smith. So the Lady Cougars are going to go to 5-3, 3-2 overall. Jackson State will drop to 2-3, 6-3 overall in about 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Here's a three-pointer by Herndon, air ball. Paula on the move. Here's a pass inside. Nope, bad pass, turnover, Lady Cougars. As the McCoy with the steal. She's on the floor. Everybody's on the floor. Hope everybody's all right. That's great hustle by Shania McCoy that time. She almost had the steal that time when they called a foul on her. So that's 3 on Shania. Indaya Gaia checks back in, and now we're going to shoot a few free throws with 1:56 to go in the ball game. As my good buddy Skip Curry used to say, you have permission to walk the dog if you promise to patronize all our sponsors. But be back for the boys' game. It'll be a good one. First free throw is no good for Malaya Hughes. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, Anika Smith. Smith on the run. Smith to the hole. Throws it up and in. Beautiful job. End to end. 95-52. The bench is going crazy over there. They want to put 100 on the board. 1:39 to go in the ball game. Here goes Herndon to the hole. Puts it up. No good. Rebound is Anaya Matthews. She's on the run. She's going to take it to the hole. Oh, the ball is tipped out of bounds, but off of the Lady Green Jays. 1:27 to go in the ball game. 95-52. Lady Cougar bench is going crazy. They want to put 100 on the board. McCoy inside to Smith. Smith, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound fought for. Shania wasn't going to give up. So she picks up her 4th foul. 95-52, 1:20 to go. They're going to shoot free throws, so the clock will stand still. There's still hope. As everybody walks slowly to the other end. Michaela Herndon to the free throw line. First free throw, no good. Off the back of the rim, too hard. As Mrs. Referee does a little house cleaning down there. I don't know if she's fighting a wasper or what she's doing down there. The other referees have a little chuckle with her there. Second free throw by Herndon. Rattles out. Rebound goes to Anika Smith. Gives it up to McCoy. McCoy down the lane. Scoop shot. No good. Rebound to Hyman. And here's a shot by the Green Jays. No good. Foul is on Anika, and I believe that's going to be 5 on her. That's 5 on Anika. She had an outstanding ball game tonight. Destiny Remy will check back in for her. And we have 1 minute exactly to go in the ladies' contest. Michaela Herndon. Zip knocks down the first free throw. She'll get another. Zip on the second free throw. 95-54, 41-point lead for the Lady Cougars. Matthews will bring it across midcourt. She gives it up to Paula. Paula back to Remy. Remy Drives the lane over to Paula, to Vaughn. Vaughn to Matthews. Matthews drives the lane. Scoop shot. No good. Rebound Remy. And she is fouled. Lady Cougars still going hard. Foul is on. I believe that's 5 on her. Yes, it is. So 2 ladies have fouled out for Cleveland State, and now the first one for Jackson State with 36.6 seconds to go in the contest. Taylor Williamson will check in, and Destiny Remy will go to the free throw line for Cleveland State. Lady Cougars, perhaps their most impressive game of the year so far, both offense and defense. First free throw by Destiny is good. She'll get another. Second free throw. Zip. 97-54. Lady Cougars with the lead. Jackson State with the basketball. Hughes inside to Williamson. Williamson baseline. Dribbles. And Gaia stolen away by Matthews. Matthews on the run. Going to put it up and in. Anaya Matthews, 99-54. 16 seconds to go. Here's a foul inside by Vaughn. And the Lady Cougars might get one more shot at this. That will send Tia Hyman to the free throw line. 13 seconds to go in the game. Lady Cougar bench going crazy over here. First free throw, no good. Rebound, Destiny Remy. 10 seconds to go. Destiny out front to Matthews. Matthews puts the move on. Over to Vaughn. Vaughn, the two-pointer, no good. Rebound, no good at the buzzer. And that is our final score. 99-56, your final score. An exciting end to a blowout ball game. Final score 99-56. Lady Cougars all over the Lady Green Jays. We're going to take a 1-minute break. We'll be right back.
Can you print me 2 of them? Okay.
Hey, Coach. Fantastic. All right. You've been listening to Cleveland State Lady Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports YouTube Network. Brian Grissom live and in color. And we are joined by a victorious coach, Evelyn Thompson, 99-56. Final score, Lady Cougars over the Lady Green Jays of Jackson State. Coach, first and foremost, congratulations. It was a great ball game.
Well, thank you. Anytime we get an opportunity for a win, I don't care how it comes, we want that win. But, what I want to say about tonight's game, we preach all the time about sisterhood and togetherness and team. So we said our quote tonight was, together we could, singularly we can do some things, but together we can do a whole lot of things. And
Absolutely.
That's exactly what we did tonight. We rebounded well, a whole lot of rebounds tonight. We had 62 rebounds to their 32. We did a whole lot of scoring, which of course we had 5 people in double figures tonight, and I'm just so proud of this group of young women. We had Letitia Paris, who's our point guard. She was at 14 points tonight. Tiana Baker, she always dumps in about 20, so she had 20 tonight.
Yep.
We had Destiny Remy came off tonight and really focused and gave us 21, really attacking the boards. We had inside-outside games, so we had Lainey Bone in the inside giving us 22 points tonight. And then we had Anika Smith at our 3-guard position. She's given us 18 points. And in those that we had 3 who gave us a double-double. So Destiny Remy not only gave us 21 points, but she came back with 11 rebounds. Lainey Bone had 22 points and 17 rebounds. And Anika Smith had 18 points and 11 rebounds. I mean, what more can you say than for your team to come out and give that kind of production? So, I mean, I'm just super proud of this team. I love the way that we play together as a team, but more importantly, I love the way that they pull together as a sisterhood, and that is what we preach. I am my sister's keeper, and tonight I would say that they kept each other well tonight.
Oh, absolutely. One of the first things I noticed, even in the first half, they made the extra pass, and that sometimes you can pass too much, but boy, sometimes you make that extra pass and it makes all the difference.
Absolutely. What we preach in our program is fundamentals, and that's fundamentals of being,
Fundamentals it gets,
absolutely, absolutely, passing, layups, because the game basically comes down to a couple of things, layups and free throws. And so we want to make sure every day that we come in and we work on those fundamental things. We're not trying to be flashy. We're not trying to do all this extra stuff. We're trying to play this game of basketball at the highest level, which means, of course, we've got to be fundamentally sound. And so for us to come out and give what we did as far as rebounding and passing and assists, we had
Look at that, 16 of 18 from the free throw line.
16 of 18. So our goal is always 80%. We said if we can hit 8% of our free throws, we're probably going to win a game.
There you go.
So 88, almost 89% from the free throw line. We had 21 assists, which of course when you were talking about that unselfishness of this team. And then we played some really lockdown defense. We had 10 steals and really put some pressure on them tonight, not just on the individual basis, but as a team. We really focused on team defense tonight, and that really gave us the victory tonight.
One of the first things I look at when I get my stat sheet is turnovers and rebounds, and we dominated the boards and the turnovers. I would have thought it would have been more turnovers because our defense was outstanding tonight.
It was, and anytime you come into, our conference is a tough conference.
Oh yeah.
Jackson is a tough team, and we know every time that they show up, they're going to show up, and they're going to be playing hard, and it's going to be hard fought. So for us to go out here and dominate this game like we did is because, again, we were locked into the fundamentals, and we were focusing on our game plan and what we needed to do and playing together as a team. So I'm very proud of that.
Absolutely. Finally, one quick question. We got 3 girls that were out tonight that are hurt. Looks like Shakira is out for the season. Is that correct?
That is correct. I don't like to comment on injuries, but that is correct.
Okay.
So I know she's listening at home, so we want to send her a lot of love and support. She'll be back with us this week, so we're looking forward to having her back. But unfortunately, we have lost her for the year.
Yeah, boy, always that ACL, it just hurts my heart. It always does.
Absolutely. But she'll come back stronger than ever.
Good deal.
She's an exceptional player, but more importantly, she's an exceptional member of this team.
Well, that's what we want to hear. And then a couple more that we should get back fairly soon. Don't
Absolutely.
know when.
We don't know when, but we will get them back.
Good
Absolutely.
deal. Well, Coach, I appreciate you stopping by and talking with me. And, hey, this is the last one. My, how time flies.
It does.
That's our last conference game before the Christmas break.
Absolutely.
So tell me, how do you approach the everybody takes some time off. How do you approach getting back in the saddle, so to speak?
Well, we don't take time off.
Well, there you go.
Our philosophy is that when everybody else is taking on, when everybody else is sleeping, we're out here working. And so we'll take off a couple of days to celebrate the holidays, and then we'll be back in. And, my players are asking, Coach, all they're saying is all we need is Christmas Day, and then we're ready to go back to work, Coach. So I'm going to give them the gift of having Christmas Day off.
There you go.
And then we'll get back to it. We'll probably have, a couple of days off after we finish up this on the 17th, I think, is our last game. We got a 12th, and then we go the 17th on the 17th, and then we'll take a couple of days off again for the holiday,
Right.
and then we'll be right back at it. So again, we don't take. I don't know what you mean by time off.
Well, it's a relative term sometimes.
Right, absolutely. So they'll get that time off for Christmas Day.
All right. Well, thank you so much for showing by and talking with us. A great big win. Thank you for stopping by.
All right, thank you, and go Cougars.
All right. That was Coach Evelyn Thompson. We really appreciate her stopping by and talking with us here after a huge win for the Lady Cougars. Final score, if I can find it, 99-56, Lady Cougars over the Lady Green Jays. We're going to get ready for the men's contest and take a break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so right here on the Cougar Sports Network. You're listening to Cleveland State Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Brian Grissom live and in color from the Q, El Quinton Lane Gymnasium. We are ready to go for the men's contest. Ladies took care of business. The Cleveland State ladies, that is. 99-56 the final score. Lady Cougars go to, let's see, 5-3 overall, 3-2 in conference play. Lady Green Jays fall to 2-3 in conference play, 6-3 overall. We are ready to go with a men's contest. Let's get some starting lineups here. For the Jackson State Green Jays, Kyler Dandridge, Clarence Cobbins, Owen Riles, Tywan Smith, and Kobe Ward, the starting five for the Green Jays in their black uniforms with green trim. Cleveland State, the starting five, Jared Taylor, Kwan Banks, Joshua Horn, Tony Sapp, and Caleb Chapman. The starting five for Cleveland State in their gray uniforms with blue trim, light blue numerals. The Green Jays with black and green trim and green numerals with a little bit of a yellow outline there, gold outline, we should say. As one of the Clarence Cobbins being attacked by a wasper there or something. He takes care of business. That's right, buddy. Before the game ever started, he's in danger. We're ready to go. Nothing like a little fun here on Old Press Road. The tip goes way out of bounds. Are we going to do it again, or did I believe Cleveland State knocked it? I don't know. I guess they ruled that the Green Jays knocked it out, so it'll be Cleveland State basketball. Banks gets it into Horn. Horn over to Taylor. Taylor back to Banks, to Horn, to Chapman. Cougars moving around the top as the Green Jays are in a 2-3 zone to start the ball game. Scoop shot up and in. I don't know how in the world he did that, but he did. So the Cougars go on top 2-0 as Kwan Banks puts it up and in. Or I believe it was Jared Taylor, as a matter of fact. Here's number one, Cobbins out front. Ball is off of the foot, off his own foot, as a turnover for Jackson State. Chapman will throw it in to Horn. Horn will bring it across the timeline. Jackson State, they're shorthanded. They've just got 8 people dressed, so they'll probably play a zone for most of the ball game. That's just a guess. Horn over to Banks. Banks, Horn, going to try a three-pointer. No good. Rebound. Kwan Banks gets it blocked. Rebound goes to the Cougars. Shot up, no good. Tip, no good. Rebound, Banks once again. And he is fouled. Count the bucket. It falls in. And the foul is on number 13, Kobe Ward. So, Kwan Banks gets the bucket. Can't convert the free throw, though, so Cougars up 4-0 here in the early going. Just getting started here in the first half of the men's contest. Cougars trying to make it a clean sweep of the afternoon's festivities, and that's going to be a foul on Joshua Horn. Nope. 21. 21 is Tony Sapp. Okay. Tony Sapp with the foul.
Hey, tell him Goose said hey.
I will. Referee with crooked fingers. You know how that goes. Both free throws are good, and it's a 4-2 ball game as we have a little discussion here with the referee. As I'm not sure they actually know who committed that foul, but they give it to Tony Sapp, so that's what we'll go with. Taylor throws it away as he drives baseline. Green Jays on the run. Pull up three-pointer, no good. Rebound goes to Ward. Ward drives in the lane. Can't get there. Good defense by Joshua Horn that time. And what we got? Got to reset the shot clock, I do believe. "12 seconds is what they decide. 12 seconds on the old shot clock. 18 minutes and 10 seconds to go, first half. Just getting started here in the men's contest. Green Jays with the basketball. They trail 4-2. Here's a pass inside to number 1, Clarence Cobbins. He puts it up and in, and we're tied 4 apiece. 2-3 zone by the Green Jays. Taylor to Horn to Banks. Banks inside to Chapman. Chapman cross court to Taylor. Taylor, three-pointer, too strong, no good. Rebound, Cougars. Oh, they called him for a travel. He lost his footing, and so turnover, Cougars. Green Jays with the basketball. Cougars going to apply a little full court pressure this time. Now they'll back off. Joshua Horn picks up his man. K1 Banks picks up his man, full court. That's Kyler Dandridge that brought it across the timeline. Owen Riles inside to number 10, Smith. Taiwan Smith gives it back up over in the corner. Here's a drive inside, no good. Players on the floor. The loose ball is Kobe Ward. No. Number 10, Taiwan Smith with the putback. And the Green Jays take a 6-4 lead. Here goes Banks down the lane, puts it up, got to have something. And a blocking foul is called. Number 10, Taiwan Smith picks up the foul, and that'll send Joshua Horn to the free throw line. Damon Fan checks in for Cleveland State. First free throw by Horn is good. He'll get another. Second free throw, zip for Joshua Horn. Saying we are tied once again at 6. Green Jays with the basketball. Out front is Ward, and there's a hand check for Joshua. First foul for Joshua. That's a hand check. Way out there. Ward gets it into Dandridge. Dandridge out front. K1 Banks on him. Foul is called on K1 Banks. So K1 Banks with the foul. Green Jays will throw it in underneath their own bucket. Inside to Riles. In the corner. Gets it back out front to Dandridge. Dandridge over to Ward. Throws up a three-pointer. Zip. Kobe Ward knocks down the three-pointer, and it's a 9-6 Green Jay lead. Horn across the timeline. Gives it up to Fan. Fan over to Chapman. Chapman. Fan, three-pointer. Zip. Damon Fan comes right off the bench and throws in a three-pointer. We're tied 9 apiece as we approach 15 minutes to go in the first half. Landon Jacobs get ready to check in for the Cougars. Ward out front. Joshua Horn on him. Ward throws up a three-pointer. No good. Just grazed the rim that time. And Chapman with the rebound. Here's a spin move inside K1 Banks. It's good. And the harm, he'll get a free throw. Number 10 is 2 fouls on Taiwan Smith. Jadarius Robinson checks into the ball game for the Green Jays. So, Kawan. Cougars trying to decide who they're going to guard here as mass confusion reigns. All right, now we're ready to shoot a free throw. Free throw by Banks. Good. 3-point play. Cougars lead 12-9. Robinson to the hole. Gives it up. Turnover, Green Jays. Cougars on the run. Joshua Horn puts the move on. A little leaner in the lane. No good. Rebound, Green Jays, as Cobbins got the rebound. Robinson over to Dandridge. Dandridge back to Ward. Kobe Ward. Spin move. Dishes to shot no good. Tip no good. Tip again no good. Green Jays miss a golden opportunity, and Cleveland State finally clears the boards. Horn gives it inside. Bad pass to Chapman. He was open but couldn't get it to him. Ball is knocked out of bounds by the Green Jays. TCU. K-State upsets TCU. Oh, pandemonium reigns in college football. Here's a drive down the baseline. Good by Joshua Horn. Meanwhile, back in the basketball game, as we're all keeping up with college football here between breaks. Kobe Ward gives it up to Dandridge. Kyler Dandridge with the basketball out front. Cougars going to play man-to-man, or they always play man-to-man. I thought they'd set up in a 2-3 zone, but they didn't. Damon Fan is on Robinson. Robinson to Riles. Riles to Ward. Ward drives the lane. He's going to be fouled by Landon Jacobs. So that's 4 different Cougars with a foul each. And that will send Kobe Ward to the free throw line. 14-9, Cougars on top. 13:57 to go, first half. Free throw, zip for Ward. Mark Greer and Trey Chapman check in for the Cougars, as Horn and Banks take a break. Second free throw, zip for Kobe Ward, 2 for 2. And it's 14-11. Cougars on top with the basketball. Greer over to Fan, back to inside to Jacobs. Jacobs has it knocked away, but right to a Cougar. That is Chapman. Three-pointer is no good. Rebound goes to the Green Jays. Ward out front to Riles. Riles gives it up. Riles at the free throw line. Back to Robinson in the corner to, a little traveling there by Clarence Cobbins. Turnover, Green Jays. Cougars with the basketball and a 3-point lead. Mark Greer will bring it across the timeline. He'll give it up to Chapman. Chapman takes it to the lane. Little nice jumper in the lane. Caleb Chapman knocks it down, and it's 16-11 Cougars. Dandridge crosses the midcourt stripe. Gives it up to Riles. Riles, three-pointer, no good. Shot, rebound fought for, out of bounds to the Green Jays. Owen Riles with the three-pointer that time. K1 Banks will check back in for the Cougars, as Chapman will take a break. Caleb Chapman. Green Jays throw it in midcourt. Kobe Ward will pull it down. Ward guarded closely by Damon Fan. Baseline drive is blocked by Jacobs. Ball on the floor, and it couldn't quite corral it. So great hustle on the floor that time by Landon Jacobs, among others, for the Cougars as the Green Jays will take it out in the corner over here at the end of the Cougar bench. Ward, three-pointer at the shot clock is good. My goodness, Kobe Ward knocks it down. That was a beautiful shot. 16-14, Cougars by 2 with the ball. 12:20 to go. Here's a three-pointer. No good. Rebound, Green Jays. 3-on-1 fast break. Ward's feeling it, and he should. He knocks another one down. Three-pointer, Kobe Ward, 17-16. You could see it in his eyes that time, and the Green Jays from Jackson State go on top, 17-16. Chapman down the lane is going to be fouled by number 3, Jadarius Robinson. Jadarius Robinson with the foul. It'll be Cougar basketball underneath their own bucket. Greer to throw it in to Chapman, to Landon Jacobs. Here's a three-pointer. Jacobs off the side of the backboard, no good. Rebound to the Cougars. Chapman, no good. And Green Jays are on the run. Ward will back it back out. .16 on the shot clock as the Green Jays set it up. Dandridge over to Clarence Cobbins, who stepped on the baseline. Turnover, Green Jays, 17-16. Cougars on top. Caleb Chapman will check back in. Landon Jacobs will take a break, as well as Tywan Smith will check back in for the Green Jays, and Clarence Cobbins will take a break. Greer across the timeline. Back to Greer. Gives it up to Chapman. Chapman to Taylor. Jared Taylor back in the game. Shot no good. And rebound to Ward. Dandridge ran across the timeline. Here he drives the lane. Can't get there. Backs it back out. Gives it up to number 10, Tywan Smith. And Ward will set it back up out here at midcourt. 11 on the shot clock. Over in the corner is Dandridge for three. No good. Rebound, Cougars. Chapman with the rebound. Gives it up to Greer. Greer back to Chapman. Over in the corner, Jared Taylor puts the move on. Backs it back out. Back out front to Greer. Chapman thought about a three. Changed his mind. Taylor down the lane. Gives it up to Greer. Greer double team. Back to Chapman. Chapman puts the move on. Oh, beautiful driving dish to Banks. Okay, no, that was number 20. It was Banks. I thought it was. Okay, Juan Banks with the nice shot there. 18-17, Cougars back on top. Green Jays with the basketball. Number 3, Jadarius Robinson throws it away. Somebody zigged when they should have zagged that time for Jackson State. Turnover. It'll be Cleveland State basketball. Joshua Horn back in the game for Cougars. Horn to Taylor. Taylor over in the corner to Chapman. Chapman to Chapman. Boy, that's a tongue tangler. And a turnover, Cougars. Green Jays, pull-up jumper. Ward is Dandridge, no good. Rebound goes to Smith, and he knocks it out of bounds. Probably should have been called for an over the back. They just let it be a out of bounds to the Cougars. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. Lady Cougars took the ladies contest in a big way, and Cougars trying to make it a clean sweep in the final region contest of 2022. Jared Horn out front, has it tipped away from him almost. Taylor, baseline, puts it up. Oh, can't hit the easy one. Chapman, shot, bounces around, no good, and out of bounds. Out of bounds to the Cougars. So, 20 seconds on the shot clock. 9:05 to go first half. Been a hard-fought first half. Nobody taking control. Here's a pass in bounds. Oh, K1 Banks had a layup and somebody whacked him. That would be Kyler Dandridge. Picked up his first foul. So K1 will go to the free throw line. He's counting his fingers to see if he's still got all of them. So he'll get up there and shoot a couple free throws. First free throw, no good. Off the side of the rim. Caleb Chapman checks back in. As Trey Chapman will take a break. K1 still shaking that shooting hand. He got it whacked pretty good there, going to the hole a minute ago. Second free throw, zip. 19-17. Cougars on top by 2 with less than 9 minutes to go, first half. Kyler Dandridge takes it down the lane. Reverse layup is no good. It's blocked by Sapp, but I believe they're going to call Tony for the foul. Tony Sapp will pick up his second foul as Landon Jacobs gets ready to check back in for the Cougars. And Kyler Dandridge will stroll to the free throw line. Misses the first one off the back of the rim, no good. Jacobs will check in. Tony Sapp will take a break. 8:51 to go, first half. Cougars on top by 2. Second free throw, zip. And it's 19-18. 1 out of 2 for Dandridge. Horn over to Taylor. Taylor to Horn. Trying to get it inside on this 2-3 zone, but the Green Jays have sank back into the lane. Horn back out. Oh, he shuffled his feet. Sure did. That's a traveling violation on K1. Turnover Cougars. Little too anxious to take off that time. Jackson State basketball. Jadarius Robinson will bring it across the timeline. Gives it up to Kobe Ward and almost threw it away. Ward quick as a cat. He went and got it. Can't let him shoot a 3. He can knock them down. Dandridge over in the corner. He's going to shoot a 3. No good. Rebound goes to Joshua Horn. 19-18. Cougars clinging to a 1-point lead. Here goes Horn down the lane, and he is fouled. Foul's called on Clarence Cobbins. Is he going to shoot free throws? I believe he is. Damon Fan checks back in as K1 takes a break. And it'll be Cougar basketball underneath their own bucket. Jacobs gets it into Fan. Fan over to Chapman. Chapman gives it up to Horn. Horn. 5 on the shot clock. 11. Horn drives the lane. Shot. No good. Rebound goes to Cobbins. Ball on the floor. Green Jays pick it up. Here's Riles from the corner. In and out. It was halfway down. And Tywan Smith grabs the offensive board and puts it back in. 20-19. Green Jays seesaw back in front by a point as we approach the 7-minute mark of the first half. Horn inside Chapman. Chapman turn around half hook. No good. Can't get it to fall. Rebound goes to Robinson. Green Jays get it to the other end in a hurry. Back to Robinson. Drives baseline. Blocked by Landon Jacobs. Chapman takes it down. Taylor to the hole. Scoop shot. No good. Can't get it to fall. That's a great shot. Just couldn't get it to fall that time. Ward back to Riles. Riles gives it back to Ward. Ward quick as lightning out there. Riles three-pointer. Air ball. Rebound goes to the Cougars, and they're going to slow it down just a little bit as we go to 6.5 minutes to play. First half. Joshua Horn. Over to Taylor. Taylor to Landon Jacobs. Jacobs. Horn thought about a three. Hip hop into the lane. Cougars lost it for a minute. Got it back. Damon Fannin turnaround jumper. No good. Cougars have gone cold for the last 3 or 4 minutes. Green Jays take it to the hole. Reverse layup. No good. Taiwan Smith cleans up the garbage and puts it back up and in. Green Jays coach Michael Winders will take a break. And we have a timeout on the floor. 22-19. Green Jays over Cougars. We'll be back after this 1-minute break. You're listening to Cleveland State Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. Cougars trail by 3 with the basketball. Here's a three-pointer by Fan. No good. Rebound fought for. And Caleb Chapman with authority slams home the offensive rebound. 22-21 Cougars. That was nice. Green Jays with a 1-point lead and the basketball. 5:25 to go, first half. Dandridge out front with the basketball. Jared Taylor all over him. Turnover. Green Jays. Taylor comes away with the steal. Here goes Landon Jacobs to the hole. Count the bucket, and he is fouled. Beautiful drive that time by Landon. Foul is on number 2. That's Owen Riles. His first foul. And Mr. Jacobs will go to the free throw line and try to convert the three-point play. Cougars back on top. No good on the free throw, but Taylor steals it away and puts it in. Pickpocket by Jared Taylor. 25-22, Cougars by 3. That was a profitable trip down the floor. Four-point trip. We're under 5 minutes to play first half. Cougars lead by 3. Green Jays with the basketball. Dandridge out front. Pull-up jumper in and out for Dandridge. Jared Taylor, Fan, gives it up to Taylor. Taylor inside. Chapman slams it home again. Woo, they're finding Caleb coming down the floor. 27-22 as the rim is still rattling down there on the other end. Caleb Chapman with 2 dunks in a row. Ward inside to Smith. Smith off the glass, too strong. No good. Rebound Chapman. Here's a bad pass out in the outlet. Riles got a hand on it, I believe, for the Green Jays. Pass inside. Taiwan Smith puts it up and in. Taiwan Smith puts it in for the Green Jays, and it's back to a 3-point Cleveland State lead. 27-24. Cougars with the basketball. Green Jays in that 2-3 zone. That's what you got to do when you're shorthanded. You got to save all the fouls you can save. Oh, bad pass, but right to Jacobs, who puts it up and in, and he is fouled, I believe, by Smith. Yep, Taiwan Smith. I believe that's his third. And K1 Banks will check in for Jared. Outstanding job by Jared Taylor. Mark Greer will check in. And Joshua Horn will take a break. And now that everybody's in and out, Landon Jacobs will go to the free throw line to convert the three-point play. Zip, and it's 30-24. 6-point lead, I believe that's the largest lead of the night. It is for the Cougars, largest lead of the night for the Cougars. As number 12, Charles Freeman checks in for the Cougars. For the first time tonight, Dandridge out front. They're trying to work a play. Cougars have shut it down. Ward drives the lane and has it slapped away by Chapman. 7 seconds on the shot clock for the Green Jays as it was knocked out of bounds by Cleveland State. Riles, three-pointer, air ball. Rebound goes to the Cougars. Mark Greer bringing it up. Here's a long two-pointer by Banks, no good. Rebound, slapped away. Green Jays with the basketball. Robinson comes out of the fray with it, and he'll bring it across the timeline. Jadarius Robinson out front, gives it up to Kobe Ward. Ward has it knocked away, but Tyler Chapman is going to be called for the foul. Caleb Chapman. Elijah Lovelady will check in for the first time for the Green Jays. Ward to throw it in underneath their own bucket for Jackson State. Long pass, stolen away by Chapman, but then he loses it as Lovelady will come up with a loose ball. Elijah Lovelady. Over to Ward. Ward. Defense. Damon Fan. Over in the corner to nobody in particular. Turnover, Green Jays. Mr. Referee gets in the way down there on the other end. He's going to have to pick up the pace in this game as Damon Fan run flat over him. I think Mr. Referee is giving it all he had, trying to get down to the other end. But Damon run into him anyway. Cougars lucky to keep that basketball. Caleb Chapman will take a break. Tyler Chapman will check in. Trey Chapman. Greer. Over to Fan. Over to Banks. Freeman. Inside, Charles Freeman gets the roll. Green Jay with the basketball, 32-24. Here's a all right. Free throw is no good by Clarence Cobbins. Riles will check back in. Owen Riles will check back in for the Green Jays. Second free throw is good. It rattles home. 32-25. Cougars on top. 1:39 to go, first half. There's a little confusion there as my good buddy Gary Owenby barked out the wrong name there, and I thought I was wrong, but I wasn't, of course. Damon Fan. Over to Greer. Back to Fan. Fan, left-handed three-pointer, a little too strong. Rebound goes to Cobbins. Up, pull up three-pointer. Kobe Ward, and boy, I tell you, you're surprised when he misses one. He's been so hot here in the first half, but he missed it. It goes out of bounds off of the Cougars. So the Green Jays will get another We'll get another shot here. Ward gets it into Cobbins. Cobbins takes it down the lane and turns it over. Dribbles it off his own foot. Fan picks it up. Over to Chapman. Can't get it to go, but the follow by Charles Freeman is good. Beautiful job on the offensive boards. Follow up. Charles Freeman, and it's a 34-25 Cougar advantage. Largest lead of the game for either team, and we're under a minute to play here in the first half. Kobe Ward over to Tyler Standridge. Standridge drives baseline and falls down. Got to be a traveling call. Yeah, there we go. 34-25. Beautiful job on defense by Trey Chapman. He just backed up and let him fall down, lost his balance. Turnover, Green Jays. 41 seconds to go, first half. Greer will take his time coming across the midcourt stripe. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Chapman to Freeman. Freeman inside, forces it, turnover. Here goes Ward to the goal, and he bothered it enough to make Ward miss the layup. So that's a break for the Cougars. 13 seconds in the first half. Greer. Back to Fan. Fan to Greer. Greer to Fan. Fan. Here's a three-pointer by Chapman. No good. Rebound at the buzzer. No good is the shot, and that is where we are at halftime. 34-25. Cougars on top by 9 at the break. We are going to take a break with them as our voice is fading fast, as is usually the case. 34-25, Cougars on top at halftime. You're listening to Cleveland State Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Thank you so much for joining in the broadcast. We're going to take a break at halftime. We'll be back in approximately 12 or 13 minutes. You're listening to Cleveland State Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports YouTube Network. Brian Grissom live and in color from the Q, El Quentin Lane Gymnasium. We are about 5 minutes away from the start of the second half. Cleveland State on top of Jackson State, 34-25. Lady Cougars took care of business in a big way, 99-56 in the ladies contest. And the Cougars, after the game being, the Cougars trailed by about 3 points, I believe was their largest lead for the Green Jays. Cleveland State went on a little bitty run there toward the end of the first half, and they lead 34-25 at halftime. Let's see. A 7-0 run to finish the first half. That'll do it. 34-25, Cougars on top. Let's go over some halftime stats. For Cleveland State, they had 22 rebounds, and so did Jackson State. So the rebound category is even, 9-7 turnovers. Jackson State with 2 more turnovers. Looks like Cleveland State shot 40%. Jackson State shot only 27% in the first half. That's probably where the difference is right there. Cougars hit 6 more shots than the Green Jays did. 14 out of 35 for the Cougars, 8 of 29 for the Green Jays. Individual scoring. Looks like Kwan Banks with 8 points. Joshua Horn with 6. Landon Jacobs with 5. Freeman and Caleb Chapman with 4 apiece for the Cougars. And leading the way is Kobe Ward with 11 points. He hit 3 out of his 5 3-pointers for 11 points in the first half, and 8 points for Tywan Smith, who did a great job on the offensive glass for the Green Jays to keep them within shooting distance. We are at halftime. The teams are starting to get back out on the court and warm up. We got about 3 minutes to go until the start of the second half. We'll take another break right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Thank you so much for joining in the broadcast. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. You're listening to Cleveland State Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Brian Grissom, live and in color from the Q, El Quinton Lane Gymnasium. 34-25, Cougars by 9 as we start the second half. Looks like, excuse me, my voice tapped out on me there for a second. Same starting 5 on the floor for both teams. We'll run them down for you here in a second. As we have a foul called already on Joshua Horn. Well, that's not the way you start the half. That's 2 on Joshua. He and Tony Sapp, the only 2 Cougars with more than 1 foul. And Tywan Smith with 3 fouls, the only Green Jay in trouble. And speaking of Tywan Smith, he puts a shot up, no good. Rebound, Cleveland State. Joshua Horn with the basketball. Over to Jared Taylor. Tony Sapp sets a pick. 22 is Caleb Chapman. Back over to Kewan Banks. Banks. And illegal screen. Well, I believe that was on Tony Sapp. That's 3 on Tony. Dandridge, Riles, Cobbins. Looks like Smith and Ward back on the floor for the Green Jays, the starting 5. Ball knocked out of bounds, back in to the Green Jays. Just getting started here in the second half. Over to Riles, Owen Riles. 3-point shooter extraordinaire, over to Ward. Kobe Ward, scoop shot up and in at the shot clock buzzer. Oh, that was a nice shot. 34-27, Cougars by 7. Kewan Banks, turnaround jumper. Chapman, no good. Rebound goes to the Green Jays. Kobe Ward on the run. Owen Riles, zip. I was afraid he might heat up. And he knocks it down. His first shot of the game. Silky smooth. Taylor for the Cougars. Over to Chapman. Taylor inside to Banks. Back out front to Horn. Horn to Taylor. Taylor drives baseline. And it is knocked out of bounds by Tyler Dandridge. Kyler Dandridge, excuse me. You folks will have to bear with me as my throat is fading fast. Out front to Taylor. Chapman. Driving baseline is Banks. Horn couldn't get it to go. And the Green Jays are on the run. And here's a shot by Cobbins. No good. Rebound Jared Taylor. Cougars on the run. Here goes K1 to the hole. Shot no good. Tip no good by Chapman. Cougars get it back. Jared Taylor down the lane gets it blocked. Cobbins. 2-on-2 fast break as Ward picks it up and under. The spin shot is good. Kobe Ward, my goodness, that was impressive. 6-7-0 run to start the second half for the Green Jays, and just like that, it's a 2-point lead for the Cougars, 34-32 after leading by 9 at halftime. Cougars getting a very slow start here in the second half. Green Jays, here's another turnover by Cleveland State. Here goes Cobbins down the lane, gets it blocked. And I believe Riles caught it, but he was standing out of bounds. He has a little laugh on his face, a little smile on his face there. And Elijah Lovelady will check in for the Green Jays. That was over to Damon Fan. Fan gives it up to Horn. Horn is called for the charge. That was a pretty good acted job right there. And that is 3 on Joshua Horn. Mark Greer will check in for him. As Joshua is thoroughly disgusted with himself for picking up that third foul. Lovelady gives it up to Dandridge. Kyler Dandridge. That's a great first name, Kyler. I like that name. Dandridge goes down the lane, loses the ball, but a foul is called as they bail him out. So Mark Greer picks up his first foul. Lovelady, he had a foot on the line, a two-pointer for Lovelady. And it is a 9-0 run to start the ball game. Here's a turnover, Cougars, as Dandridge just slipped and fell, lost the ball, and the Green Jays let a golden opportunity slip by their hands. It was 34-25 at halftime. It is now 34 apiece with 16:21 to go in the ball game. Cougars have squandered their 9-point lead as they got off to a very sluggish and slow start here in the second half, and a 9-point lead will disappear in a hurry, as it has. Cougars got to regroup right here. Mark Greer arranged across the timeline. Over to Taylor. Taylor in the corner. Fan, three-pointer, no good. Rebound, fought for, and knocked out of bounds by Tyler Chapman. Caleb Chapman. I'm so sorry, Caleb. So, Coach Raphael Howard has seen enough. He's going to have to talk things over. Cougars just not hitting on all cylinders to start the second half. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back. You're listening to Cleveland State Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Brian Grissom live and in charge. Thank you so much for tuning in. Kwan Banks will check back in. Referees decide they're not going to let the substitution happen. So Tony will go back to the ball game. Cougars with a little full court pressure here as we go under 16 minutes to play in the ball game. All tied up, 34 apiece. Green Jays with the basketball. Kobe Ward out front. Gives it up to Cobbins. Cobbins to Ward. Ward to Cobbins. Back inside to Tywan Smith. He pushed off. That was a good call. As Tywan Smith will pick up his fourth foul. So that's a big foul right there for a team that's only got 8 guys dressed. Number 5 is Rodarius Robinson. Alex Joy, that's right. I knew that was wrong. Alex Joy has got number 5 on. Pass inside K1. Strong move to the bucket. It is good. And the Cougars are on the board in the second half. It took them almost 5 minutes to score here in the second half as Kwan Banks will go to the free throw line for a 3-point play. Possible 3-point play. Free throw. Rolls around and falls in. 37-34. Cougars back on top by 3. And there's the ball swatted out of bounds by Damon Fan. Good defense. As the Cougars are still worried about there's waspers or something flying around out here. Kyler Dandridge out front. Takes it down to the hole. Short jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Banks. Banks to Greer. Greer brings across the timeline. Fan back to Greer. Is that a hand check? No. Illegal screen. Boy, that's a tough call. Tough call, Caleb Chapman. And so that'll be a turnover for the Cougars. Cougars put a little pressure on there. The Green Jays had a hard time getting it in. So we go under 15 minutes to play second half, excuse me. Cobbins out front, loses the basketball. Greer gives it up to Chapman. Slam dunk, Caleb Chapman. That's his third slam of the ball game. He gets another one. He steals the inbounds pass and dunks another one. 41-34, Cougars have come to life. Damon Fan on the defense here as Ward brings across the timeline. Kobe Ward out front. Gives it up to Owen Riles. Riles, you can't leave him open, but he missed this one. Chapman with the rebound. Greer, long pass, Taylor. Taylor, three-pointer, zip. And here go the Cougars again. Just like that, the Cougars are back to a 10-point lead in less than a minute's time span. That's amazing. They didn't score a bucket to the 15:27 mark, and now it's 14-11, and the Cougars have scored 10 points. Bang, 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 10-point lead for the Cougars. 44-34, Cougars on top, their largest lead of the night. Timeout on the floor. Coach Michael Winders had to stop the bleeding for the Green Jays. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back. (44-34), Cougars on top by 10. Green Jays with the basketball. Cougars, the Green Jays open with a 9-0 run to tie the ball game, erase a 9-point halftime lead, and the Cougars, once it was tied up, just zipped right back out, and that's where we are with a 10-0 run, 44-34. Cougars knocked the ball out of bounds, but the Green Jays keep it. Dandridge will bring it across the timeline. Kyler Dandridge over to Kobe Ward. Back to Dandridge. Dandridge drives the lane, has it stripped off his knee. Beautiful job of defense that time by K'Wan Banks. As he got that hand in there without fouling him and knocked it off of Dandridge's knee out of bounds. Turnover, Green Jays. Greer over to Taylor. Taylor, bounce pass inside. K'Wan Banks puts it up and in. Beautiful entry pass that time. And the Cougars move it to a 12-point lead, 46-34. The Cougars were asleep to start the second half, and all of a sudden they came to life, and it's back to a 12-point lead. Oh, Kobe Ward went up for a three, lost the ball, turnover. Back to Chapman, he misses the slam. That one was headed for the third row. Cougars couldn't save it. That would have been the dunk of all right there, but he missed it. Off the back rim, up to about the fourth row of the bleachers. It was exciting anyway. Here's the ball knocked out of bounds by Fan as the Green Jays try to get it in bounds. Cougars with some full court pressure. Greer on Jadarius Robinson. Robinson takes it down the lane, and K'Wan Banks gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar. He's going to get the foul. Called it on Greer. Okay. So Greer gets the foul. I thought it was K'Wan, and I still do. But they didn't ask me. Ward to throw it in. Tywan Smith. And he's going to be fouled, I believe, by Freeman. No. Yep. Yep. That's Charles Freeman, I do believe. First free throw is good. Second free throw by Smith is no good. 46-35. That stops the Cougars' run. Greer to Taylor. Taylor to Greer. Back to Taylor. Back to Greer. Freeman stepped on the sideline. Damon Fan got his foot on the paint. Turnover, Cougars. Elijah Lovelady will check back in. Along with Owen Riles for the Green Jays. 46-35, 12:38 to go in the ball game. Kobe Ward, Damon Fan all over him. Cougars have turned up the defense during this run. Give it up to Dandridge, to Lovelady, to Ward. Ward for three. Misses it. Tip no good. Rebound. There's Tywan Smith again. Smith is killing the Cougars on the offensive boards, as he's the only rebounding they've had in this ball game. So, I didn't get who that foul was on. Banks. Or Greer. Greer. Mark Greer got the foul. First free throw's no good by Smith. Second free throw, zip. 46-36, Cougars by 10 with the basketball. 12-12 to go in the ball game. Mark Greer out front, Jared Taylor over to Freeman. Freeman, three-pointer from the corner, no good by Fan. There's a Green Jay down the, oh my. One referee was standing right beside him, didn't call it, and the other one did. Foul on the Cougars. So that'll send Kyler Dandridge to the free throw line. 11:58 to go in the ball game. Cougars with a 10-point lead. Free throw, in and out. Still a 10-point lead. Landon Jacobs will check in. And K1 Banks will take a break. Second free throw is good. So that cuts it to single digits. 46-37, Cougars with the lead and the basketball. Greer gives it up to Banks. Banks to Greer. Greer. Here's a shot partially blocked. There's Tywan Smith again. So, I didn't get it. I'm sorry. All right. Landon Jacobs with the foul, we've decided. Here's a three-pointer. Fan. No good. Rebound goes to the Green Jays. Ward to Owen Riles. Three-pointer. Zip. Oh, my goodness. Owen Riles knocks one down, and it's a 48-40 ball game. 48-43 ball game. Here's a pass inside. No good. Shot no good. Tip. goes to Freeman, out of bounds to the Green Jays. Golden opportunity for the Cougars that time. Jadarius Robinson checks back in for the Green Jays. Here's a steal by the Cougars. K1 banks, and he loses it back. Oh, as the Cougars take it back, but a foul is called. Foul on number 2, Jackson Kramer. (48-43), Cougars on top by 5. Make that 4 as Dandridge hits the first free throw. Trey Chapman checks back in for the Cougars. Second free throw is good. And here we go again, 48-45, Cougars with a 3-point lead. Back as we approach the 10-minute mark. Inside Chapman to Chapman. Back to Greer. Three-pointer. No good. Rebound. Green Jays. Long court pass. Over to Ward. Inside to Smith. Smith back out to Ward. Trying to get it back to Smith. Can't do it. Ward takes it to the lane. He's bottled up. Owen Ross for 3. No good. Cougars with the basketball. Taylor tried to go baseline, couldn't get there. Chapman breaks it in. Oh, call for traveling. Tough break for Caleb Chapman that time. Turnover Cougars. 9:45 to go in the ball game. It's anybody's game, with the Cougars clinging to a 3-point lead and the Green Jays with the basketball. Kyler Dandridge gives it up to Robinson. Robinson back to Dandridge. Dandridge to the hole, puts it up and in, and he can tie this ball game with a 3-point play opportunity. Trey Chapman with the foul. He's got 3 fouls. We had it right, but he's saying a different name. All right, we've got it all straightened out. That is Charles Freeman is number 12 for the Cougars. 48-47, Cougars on top by a point as Kyler Dandridge will go to the free throw line and try to tie this thing up with 9:28 to go after the timeout. Zip, and we are tied 48 apiece. It's been a seesaw battle since halftime. Cougars were up by 9. Green Jays tied it up. Cougars went up by 12. Green Jays have tied it up, and that's where we're at with 9:16 to go in the ball game. Here's a pass inside to Chapman. Mr. Referee is parked in my way there, and a foul is called on Caleb Chapman. 3-second call. So no foul, just a 3-second violation. Turnover nonetheless. As we go under 9 minutes to play in the ball game, and we're all tied up, Green Jays with the basketball. Trying to set a screen, get Riles open. That didn't work. Here goes Robinson down the lane. Throws it over the rim. No good. Rebound goes to Tony Sapp. Here's Chapman on the run. Gives it back to Horn. Joshua Horn will slow things down. Horn to Jared Taylor. Back to Horn. Horn. As Robinson's all over him. Oh, my goodness. They call the foul on Horn. That was a tough call on Joshua that time. As Mark Greer will check in for Joshua. And that's 4. It's 4 on Joshua Horn. Now, they won't let us play with 6. I don't understand why. It's called home court advantage when you have 6 on the floor. But anyway, Tywan Smith gets it blocked. Chapman with the block. Beautiful job on defense by the Cougars. And they promptly turn it over. 2-on-1 fast break, Jackson State. And Dandridge lays it up and in. And the Green Jays go back on top, 50-48. Cougars going to have to get things turned around here. As we go into our 8 minutes to play in the ball game, Jared Taylor trying to get it inside to K1. K1, Taylor. Oh, another Cougar turnover. 3-on-1 fast break this time as the Cougars get back, though. Here's a three-point shot. Good. Jadarius Robinson with the three-pointer. And the Green Jays are hot. This is their largest. No. Yep, it is too. It's their largest lead of the night, 53-48. 7.5 minutes to go in the game. Damon Fan gives it up to Taylor. Taylor. Green Jays sinking back in their 2-3 zone. Taylor gives it to Banks. Beautiful driving dish. And the Cougars go back to a 3-point deficit. 53-50. Green Jays on top of the Cougars. Dandridge will bring it across the timeline for Jackson State. Been a very entertaining ball game. Back and forth and back and forth. See if the Cougars can seesaw back and forth. It's their turn. Dandridge, long jumper, no good. Rebound goes to the Cougars, K1 Banks. K1 will take it up the floor. Give it up to Jared Taylor, drives the baseline, puts it up and in. And the Cougars have scored 4 straight points. 53-52, Green Jays with the lead and the basketball. There goes Robinson down the lane again. Chapman gets him with the body. I believe it's Chapman. Yep. Is that just 2 on Caleb? So, Jadarius Robinson will go to the free throw line. Free throw is good by Robinson. Landon Jacobs checks back in as Caleb Chapman will take a break. 2-point lead for the Green Jays. Make that 3 as Robinson knocks down both free throws. 55-52, 6:25 to go in the ball game. Timeout on the floor. Green Jays need a timeout. We'll take one with them. You're listening to Cleveland State Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports Network. I'll be right back. You're listening to Cleveland State Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Brian Grissom live and in color from the Q, El Quinton Lane Gymnasium. Last home game of the 2022 as the Cougars and Jackson State finish up here. We'll be back Saturday, let's see, January 7th for a single men's game. On the 7th and 14th, the January 14th, Dyersburg State will roll in. The Wednesday, the 18th, will be Motlow State, and then Saturday, the 28th of January, we'll have a home game with Southwest Tennessee as we head down the home stretch in conference play. K1 Banks puts a shot up and in, 55-54. Cougars trail by a point. Jackson State with the basketball as we go under 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Kobe Ward with the ball out front. Greer all over him like a glove. Dandridge back to Ward. Ward goes down the lane. Greer stops him. And turnover. Cougars 3-on-1 fast break. Jared Taylor to the hole. Strong, can't get it to fall. But he is hammered. Jadarius Robinson with the foul. So Jared Taylor will go to the free throw line, try to put the Cougars back on top. First free throw is no good. Second free throw is good, and we're tied once again. We are tied 55 apiece as Jared Taylor hits 1 out of 2 from the free throw line for the Cougars. And the Green Jays will try to go back on top. Inside, Taiwan Smith. Shot is blocked by Chapman. Greer has the basketball. And did we get a timeout? Cougars call a timeout. So, great job. Great job by Mark Greer that time. Chapman with the block shot to deny Taiwan Smith, who has been the workhorse on the boards and in the paint for the Green Jays. 4:58 to go in the ball game. We're all tied up at the speed limit, 55-55. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back. Lady Cougars took care of business 99-56 in the ladies contest. Cougars are trying to make it a clean sweep here at the Q, El Quinton Lane Gymnasium on the campus of Cleveland State Community College. Thank you so much for joining in the broadcast. We appreciate all the feedback we've been getting here on our broadcast this year and hoping for bigger and better things in 2023. Right now the Cougars have the basketball. We are tied. Taylor over to Greer. Greer to Damon Fan. Green Jays in their zone defense. Here's Fan. Wide open three-pointer. Zip! Damon Fan puts it in. And we've got to wipe up a little perspiration over there. Boy, that was a big shot at 4:38 to go in the ball game. Cougars with a three-pointer, left-handed shot, Damon Fan. 58-55. Cougars with a three-point lead. Jackson State with the basketball. All of the perspiration is dried off the floor, and we're ready to go. Robinson throws it in to Ward. He'll slowly bring it down the court. Mark Greer on him. Ward over to Dandridge. Dandridge inside to Smith. Taiwan Smith. Smith, oh, that had to be a charge. Had to be a charge. That's the call. Is that 5 on Taiwan? I believe it is. Boy, that's a big foul right there with 4:19 to go in the ball game as Taiwan Smith fouls out for Jackson State. More importantly, the Cougars have the ball and a 3-point lead as we head toward the 4-minute mark here in the ball game. Over to Jared Taylor. Taylor inside to Banks. He was bottled up. Here's a foul, almost a steal, as number 3, Jadarius Robinson, picks up the foul. Mark Greer will throw it in. 4:06 to go in the ball game. Greer out front. Over to Taylor. Taylor trying to get inside the Banks. Couldn't do it. Back out front to Greer. Greer. 5 on the shot clock. Got to get one off. Oh, Damon Fan nails another one. 2 in a row by Damon Fan, and the Cougars have a 6-point lead. My goodness, you talk about clutch shots. Jadarius Robinson for 3. No good. Cougars with a rebound on the run. Damon Fan to the hole. Puts it up and in. Damon Fan, 63-55. Cougars by 8. What a run right here for the Cougars. They were down by 3, and now they are up by 8. It's been a game of runs. Here goes Ward to the lane. Owen Riles had a 3-pointer. Drives the baseline. Can't get it. Rebound Chapman. No, that's Landon Fields with the rebound. Cougars will take their time this time as we go under 3 minutes to play in the ball game. 63-55, Cleveland State. Jared Taylor gets it over to K1. Cross-court pass. It's dangerous, and it goes out of bounds. Oh, we didn't need that. Can't have a turnover at this point in the ball game. Coach Raphael Howard has to take a walk there as he beside himself. Jackson State with the basketball. Kyler Dandridge out front. Scissoring through his legs. Owen Riles. Back to Dandridge. Over to Kobe Ward. Ward to Lovelady. Lovelady. Back to Ward. Ward for 3. Oh, my. He hits it. Kobe Ward with a huge 3-pointer. You got to get on him. He'll knock it down all day. Cougars with a 5-point lead as we go toward the 2-minute mark. Mark Greer out front. The Cougars are in no hurry. They're going to run a little clock as we go under 2 minutes to play in the ball game. Cougars trying to hold on right here. Jared Taylor from downtown. No good. Shot is rebound fought for. K1 had it, but Cobbins knocked it out of his hands. It'll be Cougar basketball with 20 seconds on the shot clock as Coach Raphael Howard wants to think about this. And we got a timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back. You're listening to Cleveland State Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports YouTube Network. Brian Grissom live and in color. From the Q, it's been an outstanding men's basketball game. Back and forth and back and forth. Cougars led by 8 at halftime and then lost the lead, and now they've got it back with 1 minute and 51 seconds to go as there's a foul called on Jackson State. Number 1. Okay, it's on 11, not 1. Elijah Lovelady with the foul. 1:50 to go in the game. Cougars with the ball underneath their bucket. They get it in to Horn. Joshua Horn back in the game with his 4 fouls. Over to Damon Fan. Inside. Oh, terrible pass, and the Cougars turn it over. Just exactly what you didn't need. And we're going to have to wipe a little more perspiration. Coach Howard is not a happy camper. So, as we get the rest of the perspiration off the floor, Jared Taylor finishes up, and we're ready to play basketball. 63-58, Cougars clinging, and I do mean clinging, to a 5-point lead. Jackson State with the basketball, 1:30 to go in the contest. Dandridge to the hole, throws it away, but it is touched by a Cougar as he drove baseline. It'll be Jackson State basketball underneath their own bucket. Got to watch the cutter to the basket. Lovelady to throw it in. And it's tipped by a Cougar. And out of bounds. It'll be Green Jay basketball once again underneath their own bucket. Inside into Ward. Ward out front. He's wanting a three. Can't get it. Lovelady back to Cobbins. Cobbins drives the lane. Will not go, but he's fouled. On Landon Jacobs. That's 3 on Landon. And that will be send Clarence Cobbins to the free throw line with 1:17 to go in the ball game. And I have no idea. I guess he hit that first one. Mr. Referee has set up camp here in front of my position. Second free throw is no good. 63-59, so 1 out of 2 for Cobbins. That's a break for the Cougars. Joshua Horn goes to the hole. Oh, he had a layup and he dribbled it off of his knee. Turnover, Cougars. That's 2 in a row at the worst possible time. 1:03 to go in the ball game. Cougars with a 4-point lead. Green Jays with the basketball. And they couldn't get it in, so Jackson State had to call a timeout. Full timeout. Timeout on the floor. 63-59, Cougars on top. Don't go away, folks. It's going to be a great ending. We'll be right back. We've got it all set up for a fantastic finish. Cougars on top, 63-59, as the Green Jays will have the basketball. Got to go the length of the court. That'll take some time. 1:03, 63 seconds to go. That stand between a Cougar victory. There, they took off already, and they didn't give him the ball. Cougars pick up full court, try to waste a little more time as we go under a minute to play in the ball game. Kobe Ward with the ball. Horns on him. Ward gives it up to Lovelady. Drives the lane. Almost walked with the basketball. Back to Cobbins. Cobbins to Ward. Ward got to get a shot up. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Shot no good. Rebound Cougars. Joshua Horn with the rebound. He's going to bring it up the court. And a foul is called on number 1, Clarence Cobbins. Picks up his second foul. 35.7 seconds to go. Cougars dodged a bullet that time. 63-59, big free throws for Joshua Horn. Big free throws coming up here. my vision has just left me again. All I saw was stripes there. 63-59, first free throw is good. It was good? Okay, thank you. 64-59. Joshua will get another one. Zip. 2 huge free throws. 65-59. Cougars on top. Green Jays have got to hurry if they're going to get back in this one. Here goes Dandridge to the hole. He's going to draw a foul. No, the shot did not go. And the foul is on. Number 3. Thank you, sir. K1 Banks with the foul. First free throw rolls around and falls in for Kyler Dandridge. He'll get another. Second free throw, Zip. Timeout on the floor. Green Jays, they trail by 4. 65-61 Cougars. 27.9 seconds to go. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back. All right, we're ready to go. Cougars clinging to a 4-point lead. 27 seconds. Precious seconds ticking away. Joshua Horn and Elijah Lovelady picks up the foul. And the Cougars are going to have to hit some free throws down the stretch, and they'll salt this one away. Lady Cougars 99-56 over the Lady Green Jays in the women's contest. Cougars trying to make it a clean sweep, and they're 22 seconds away from doing so. First free throw by Joshua Horn is good. Joshua's played an outstanding ball game tonight despite foul trouble. Second free throw, Zip. He hits them both. 67-61 Cougars. Just need to wind it down. Let him go, fellas. Oh, my goodness, my goodness. They're trying to draw a foul. Just get out of his way, boys. So the foul is on Joshua. That is his 5th. So Joshua Horn fouls out. And that will send Kyler Dandridge to the free throw line. 67-61, Cougars by 6. Make that 5 as Dandridge hits the first one. Second free throw, Zip. 4-point lead for the Cougars, 16 seconds to go. Jared Taylor, oh my goodness. That could have been a head-on collision right there as Dandridge came over to try for the steal, but the foul is called on Dandridge. So that will send Jared Taylor to the free throw line. 14.4 seconds to go. All they got to do is knock those free throws down. First one off the front of the rim, no good. Green Jays have life, 67-63. 10 seconds to go. Lovelady 3 is good. Oh my goodness. We've got a 1-point game. Goodness gracious. Elijah Lovelady with a clutch 3-pointer. And we've got 7.7 seconds to go. Cougars will have the basketball and a 1-point lead. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. Be right back. You're listening to Cleveland State Cougar Basketball right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Brian Grissom live and in color from the Q, and it's been a dandy, folks. It's been a dandy ball game. 67-66. Cougars with the ball. Got to go the length of the court. Got to get it in first. Now they get it in as Jared Taylor is fouled with exactly 6 seconds to go. So Cougars got to knock down the free throws. They got a 1 point, and I believe they're in the double bonus from here on out. That'll help. So Jared gets his shoelace tied. Maybe that's the reason he missed the last free throw. He didn't have his shoe tied. First free throw. Rolls around and falls in. Jared Taylor knocks it down. That's a big one. 68-66. This next one is even bigger. Second free throw, zip. So Jared knocks them both down. And we got a timeout again. I swear they've had 10 timeouts down there. 4.8 seconds to go. 69-66, Cougars by 3. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back. Three-point Cougar lead. Green Jays with the basketball. 4.8 seconds is the good news if you're a Cougar fan. And the Green Jays have to go the length of the court. The thing you really got to avoid is a foul, of course, but you cannot let them have a wide open three because the Green Jays can knock them down. Okay, Lovelady to throw it in. Cougars picking up full court pressure. Got to watch Kobe Ward here. Here goes Dandridge. Dandridge going to get a three-pointer up at the buzzer. It's no good, and the Cougars win. Woo, that was a close one right there. It looked to be online, but off the front of the rim. 69-66, your final score. It goes down to the buzzer. Cougars put it in the win column. Boy, what a good game. 4-5 on the year. Cleveland State moves their record to 4-5 overall. And more importantly, 3-2 in conference play. The Green Jays fall to 1-4 overall and 1-4 in conference play. And they played a good ball game tonight. It was anybody's game right down to the last second. We're going to see if we can catch Coach Raphael Howard here and get a word or two with him, as we've got some final stats coming out here, Coach. Let me see if we can get one more here, and then we'll do a little chit-chat. Thank you, sir. Well, Coach Howard, congratulations. What a ball game.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You can let your breath out now.
No, that's right. I'm struggling on catching my breath.
That's
but,
right.
Really good game. Really good game.
Hey, I tell you what, you talking about a game of runs. I mean, we were up by 9, they caught us, we went back up, they caught us, and then we go down to the wire here at the last.
Consistency is something that we're continually trying to build on.
Yep.
Offensively and defensively.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Understanding not just being satisfied
Not
once
5
we go
minutes
up.
at a time, right.
Exactly. So we gotta continue to get better.
Absolutely. Let's look over the old stat sheet here. I like to look at rebounds. They were fairly close, but Cleveland State with a 41-34 edge, I thought that was big.
I did too. Hey, we coming in the game, Jackson plays really hard. They play really hard.
They do. They're good.
So we wanted to make sure that we did a good job of getting on the glass the best we could and just staying focused and locked in. So
some of those few, I don't know if you call it lapses or not, but the 22 turnovers
Yeah,
tonight,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Jackson had 18. So
Yeah. Not taking care of the ball, really not staying locked in. I think
that's
sometimes,
it. That's it.
young guys, they sometimes lose track, and we just got to keep getting better at that.
Absolutely. Looked like 3 guys in double figures. Let's see, 4 guys in double figures. Looks like K1 had a great game as usual.
Sure.
And then the other guys, Caleb Chapman, I thought had a great game tonight.
Yeah, he's tough. Both of those guys are really tough. We just want them to stay consistent.
That's it.
Stay consistent and continue to work and get better.
Hey, I tell you what. Now, last conference game before the Christmas break.
Yeah.
3-2 in conference play. You know, we're right there, right in the middle of things.
Yeah.
So tell me how you approach things over the break.
Well, we've got one more game. We'll go to Snead on the 12th. And pretty much once we come back, you know, as always, you kind of tweak some things, add some things, and really just try to get that mindset back. Having been on a break for a week or two, you really want to try to get the mindset back to playing the way we want to play.
Looked like Joshua Horn had a good ball game tonight despite battling foul trouble all night.
Yeah, he's been solid for us. He has. He's a guy who does a good job when he's locked in. He definitely knows how to make the right play, and he does some really good things for us.
Another one, Damon Fan with 2 3-pointers that really were keys in the ball game.
Dame has been last couple of days have got in, done some extra work, and it's paid off for him.
Absolutely. Paid off for him. Well, Coach, Merry Christmas to you, buddy. I appreciate you coming by and talking to us, and we'll talk to you in January.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you, buddy. That was Coach Raphael Howard. We really appreciate him coming by and chit-chatting with us. As we wrap things up, let me very quickly go over some final stats here. As we touched on a couple of them, Cougars with 22 turnovers to 18 for Jackson State. Final score was 69-66. Cougars hold on for dear life and come out there with the win. Let me very quickly, let's see. Cleveland State goes to 4-5 overall, but more importantly, 3-2 in conference play. 1-4 and 1-4 for Jackson State. The Lady Cougars, after a big win, 99-56 in the ladies' context, Lady Cougars go to 5-3, 3-2 in conference play as well. Jackson State ladies fall to 6-3, 2-3 in conference play as the Cleveland State squads come up with a clean sweep of the afternoon's festivities, and this will be our last broadcast for the for 2022. My, how time flies when you're having fun. Let me very quickly look at some final stats. Jared Taylor with 10 points. Joshua Horn with 10 points. Damon Fan with 11 points and 3 huge 3-pointers, 2 of them back-to-back right down the stretch as they were key in the ball game. Let's see. K1 Banks with 17 points, 8 rebounds. Caleb Chapman, I knew he had a big game. 8 points, and I believe all 4 of those were dunks. I believe they were. And 10 rebounds for Caleb on the boards as the Cougars get it done on the boards. You got to give Jackson State some credit. They played hard and they played well, and they gave themselves a chance to win this ball game. Let's see. For the game, Cleveland State shot 43% to 33% for Jackson State. That was another huge stat right there. As we wrap things up here, we appreciate all the fine folks here at Cleveland State that have worked so hard to get us on the air and then keep us on the air, as all I do is show up and talk basketball for a few hours. But I really appreciate everybody, Coach Mike Pauly Castro, and all the folks here that keeps us on the air and bringing Cleveland State basketball to you. Well, folks, that's it for 2022. Our next broadcast will be, I believe, let me see, January the 14th. Dyersburg State will roll into the queue, and January 14th, that'll be our next broadcast. We appreciate you so much for joining in the broadcast. For all the folks and my good buddy Mike Shipp, good night and God bless everybody.